She's so proud of me.
Sometimes that's the only thing you do is.
Just like riding a
pat
bike.
yourself on the back.
Thank you, everybody, for your patience. Tonight, we are having our town board work meeting for the town of Baltimore. This will be October the 28th, 2024. We're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, hello. We're going to start with my supervisor's report. I have a few things to make mention of. One, the financial reports for September have been forwarded to all members. Has everyone had a chance to review them? Good. I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as presented. The financial report.
I'll second.
Motion made and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. In terms of some efforts in the last month, I have continued to make many efforts to gain funding for some of our water projects that we have been speaking about in the past number of meetings, going back a few months. One, the one effort that we did the last meeting, the PPD, that has been referred to the planning board. I've had a little bit of discussions with the planning board chair on that topic, and they're gearing up to take care of that. The Cooksaki 9W project. This is the project that will bring sewer and or water to the throughway exit from Cooksaki. The county has submitted a proposal by which $100,000 of our money, chippy money, would be devoted towards the bond, with the county supplementing the remainder of that bond. The total cost of that project is estimated at $8 million. So the bond is going to be floated with by the town. $100,000 comes out of our chipping monies. The remainder is going to be paid by the county, according to the proposal, but they have some caveats. And that is because what they're anticipating is that the sales tax would pay for this. And if the sales tax projections are not met, they want the town to commit to funding the difference between the sales tax received and what they, what they're going to pay. I have had a brief conversation with the county about that, and I suggested a bit of a risk sharing. I don't like that term as it goes to town, but I suggested to them that that is interesting. However, if the projections exceed, if the actual exceeds projections, I should say, would they be willing to pay more? They didn't expect that from me, but they're thinking about it. Three, I met with the DEC, the EFC, the Department of Health, and Senator Hinchy's office. I went down to Senator Hinchy's office. I believe it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow. It was a Tuesday. I know that. Yeah, it was a Tuesday. And about getting the gap funding, I call it, for the Water District number 2, Schiller Park project. That project is estimated to cost up to $360,000. We have ARPA funds of $294,000, which means we're going to be $64,000 short. So I'm, shaking the tin can outside of everybody's office, hoping that they'll sprinkle a little bit of money our way, so that those folks who are already paying for a bond don't have further indebtedness thrust upon them by getting security in water. So we're still working on it. The meeting I had last week with DEC, DOH, and EFC was not good. In fact, it was worse than zero. Because at the end of the project, one particular party said, look, we can't give you any approvals. That's not part of our department. However, we have the authority to say no.
There you go.
So they can't say yes, but they can say no, which is not much help. Because everybody has their own caveats. What I mean by that is, oh, we only are here for new projects. Well, it's not a new project. We're only here for contaminated water supplies. Well, it's not contaminated. So the list went on as to reasons why they won't do much. Hopefully, the senator's offices will say something like yes, and we're hopeful. So we're not done yet. And the last thing I did is I met with a potential developer of the project that, if anyone remembers Mr. what's his name, Van Schack, who came here 6 months ago, talked about a project on 9W towards the Ravina line. I met with the potential developers. They're actually quite satisfied with the services that are in place. They are happy that there is water available. We have a water district that goes as far as Appleton Road. They don't need sewer. They're planning on putting in their own septic. What they have in mind to do is put in a restaurant and a convenience store. And it's going to be in the area roughly across the road from that daycare center.
The daycare center, yeah.
Roughly there.
I saw the surveys.
Did you? Well, wonderful. Then come on up.
What's the restaurant?
I have no idea what it is.
I
They
got
wouldn't
the
tell me.
impression when they came before the planning board, Ellie, you may remember that they were talking about maybe a fast food restaurant and a gas station, I believe. Dunkin' Donuts, a Subway. That's my recollection, and it was a 5-acre parcel directly across from the daycare
Those are the two
center.
gentlemen from Pakistan.
Yes, yeah. And Jeff, just to clarify in my own mind, when you say the 9W Cooksaki project,
Yes.
is that the rest stop?
Yes, the
Okay,
pilot,
the pilot,
pilot and
the pilot
whatever else
proposal,
might be in that area, yeah.
right? Does that include refurbishing the motel down there as well? Is that in part of that?
That would be a private project, but bringing water is another story.
Right,
That would include sewer and or water.
okay. I just wanted to make sure I had the
There's been
right
some
project
confusion
in
about
mind.
No,
Yeah,
no.
I just wanted to make sure that I was
The
thinking of
federal
the right
government would, but we
place.
won't.
So it's the rest stop that would become a pilot, not a pilot project, a pilot
Well, the
company.
pilot is planned for the parcel that's adjacent to the Campers World.
Right,
It's on the south side of the thruway.
right. It's the same place I'm thinking of. I just
Anyway,
wanted to
that's
make
the
sure it was the right
supervisor's
one.
report. We're not done yet. We got miles to go. Don't have anything more on that.
Yep.
Okay, so in the meantime, I have, which relates, we have a resolution, number 140, to place advertisement for sealed bids for Schiller Park water main replacement. This will be complicated as well, but I'll read it. Resolved, the town clerk is authorized to place one advertisement in the Times Union to solicit sealed bids for replacement of water mains in Schiller Park. Said advertisement is to appear at least 5 days before the bid deadline. And the advertisement reads, notice is hereby given that sealed bids will be received no later than November 13, 2024 at 7 p.m. at the Town of New Baltimore Town Hall, 3809, County Route 51, Hennecourt, New York, 12087, at which time bids will be publicly opened and read aloud. Work is generally described as follows. Contract number 1. Schiller Park water main replacement. Work consists of construction of 1,400 feet of new 8-inch HDPE water main and crossing of New York State Route 9W, with a bid alternate to replace additional 1,250 feet of 8-inch water main. Proposals shall be submitted on bid form, which are contained in the detailed specifications available at https://de:/biddy.hq.com. Bid forms and associated contract documents will only be available from the bidding service. Contract documents may be examined at no expense online at the following website: http://debiddyhq.com or at the Office of Delaware Engineering, DPC, 28 Madison Avenue, Extension, Albany, New York, 12203, 518-452-1290. Digital copies of the contract documents may be obtained online as a download from the website https://de-biddyhq.com, which is the designated location and means for distributing and obtaining all bid package information. All bidders will be urged to register to ensure receipt of all necessary information, including bid addenda. Any addenda will be emailed from bidding service and will be available at https://de biddy hq.com. Each bid must be accompanied by security in an amount not less than 5% of the amount of the bid in the form and subject to the conditions provided in the information for bidders. No bidder may withdraw his bid within 45 days after the actual date of the opening thereof. The right is reserved to waive any information in the bid and reject any and all bids. A pre-bid conference will be held on November 7, 2024 at 3 p.m. at the Town Hall, 3809 County Route 51. Bidding contractors are strongly encouraged to have an authorized representative of their firm present at this meeting. Questions should be sent to Alan Tavener at atavener, that's ATAVENNER, at engineering.com or via phone 518-452-1290. I'll make that motion. Motion made, motion seconded. Discussion.
So we're gonna take, bids up until the opening of our meeting?
At the beginning of our meeting, yes.
So if somebody walks in here at 7:00, we're gonna take their bid?
Yes. We had, actually, Barbara and I had discussed, we prefer to have, it at 6:30, was it 6:30, 6:45? However, Delaware Engineering had already sent out things through their contacts in the business to people that said 7:00, so we didn't want to have any disparity between bidders, and so we just kept the same time, 7:00.
So maybe if going forward, if we're talking about bids, maybe we should shut it down at like 4:00 and do the opening of the bids at like 6:30.
Agreed.
Okay.
Agreed, but
You know,
the die had been
the
cast,
public
is what the
can.
problem was, yeah.
No, I know, but I think we should kind of,
Jeff, do you have a price on that?
No. Well, we have an estimate from 360,000.
I'm talking about the ad for this, or wasn't it like $1,000 for nothing, and what is this one for?
We have no idea till we put it in.
Yeah, you submitted the data price. But I expect it'll be 1,000. No more. Yes,
When it says here, with a bid alternate to replace an additional, so they would actually possibly put in two bids
Yes.
for two different pieces of work. That was-
correct,
Okay.
correct. I think that the 9W side is the lengthier distance. Okay, that's the 1,400 feet. And the Sheller Park side of the thruway is the 1,250. So we want to get bids on both. The estimate is from Delaware Engineering. We had that meeting here, up to 360,000. We won't know really what the cost is until bids are received. And as I said, we have 300,000. I said that earlier, about 296. So that $64,000 question remains out there until we get funded. And we'll have to address it accordingly based upon what happens between now and when the work is done. Okay. So we have a motion made, motion seconded. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, county legislator, who has to read that one? Is that me, Barb?
Sure.
You think? Okay, this is our report from our county legislator, October 2024. As we work our way through the silly season, known as this year's election, I'm happy to report that the Greene County Legislature continues to be responsive to the needs of the constituency we serve. In September, I attended the regular legislative meeting number 9, all committee meetings, one workshop, performed MC duties at the senior volunteer luncheon, the inaugural meeting of the ambulance policy committee, the official opening of the Conservancy Grassland Preserve Trail, and tonight, I'm attending the public hearing on the 2025 tentative county budget. If I don't make it out of there in time to read this report, you thought I was going to say out of there alive, but to read this report in person, I hope you'll understand. Last week, I was notified by County Highway Superintendent of a planned 3-week road closure by Hewitt on County Route 61. This closure was said to be necessary for the construction of the CHP line to avoid disturbance of a conservation easement property. This was an unacceptable closure. The 13-mile detour would split school bus runs, delay emergency response times, and at the very least inconvenience residents along that route. I believe we have been able to negotiate an acceptable agreement to wait for the morning bus run to finish before temporarily closing the road, move equipment into place that will block the single lane, and reopen the road to alternating single lanes until completion. I don't have that in writing yet, but a verbal agreement with the CHP and Hewitt attorneys. There will be an internal meeting tomorrow to work out the remaining details. Sticking with highway-related matters, we approved an opposing resolution to the New York State Advanced Clean Trucks Act. This poorly modeled state legislation will undoubtedly cause chaos in our road maintenance facilities, as evidenced by a recent New York State Comptroller report. We approved the purchase of road survey software that will record data from 20 or more county vehicles as they drive over our roads. Road condition signage and hazards will be downloaded each time a vehicle parks within our wireless network. Real-time data is then reported immediately. We also authorized the purchase of a towable tire shredding machine for solid waste to help control our cost of disposal. Paving and road striping has been completed for the season. We authorized repairs to our fire training center in the amount of $77,000. These repairs are part of the normal wear and tear of such facility and will be funded with the capital project reserves. Due to the red flag warnings issued by New York State, please use extreme caution when burning outside. Brush fires are on the rise, and had been a problem locally. We agreed to commit over $2 million to the town of Cairo to help fund renovations for a new senior center. We authorized $46,000 to be used for matching funds with the Greene County Historical Society. We will be purchasing 7 new Greene County transportation buses with a local share of over $800,000. These buses will replace the 2016 models. I voted against the over $22,000 in county chargebacks related to Board of Elections and real property services. New Baltimore had the highest chargeback totals due to the primary election held last year. The resolution did pass the full board vote. Early voting began this last Saturday with hours of operation posted on the county website. We did get the 22,000. Pat didn't know about it, but it's. I did have communication with the county. That figure is closer to 11,000. Got cut in half, and 7,500 of the 11,000 is charges by the county board of elections. As I told others, the county board of elections pays for the people that work the election. They also pay the venue that the elections are held in. So they'll send $150 to the Medway, $150 to
Mill Road.
Hill Road, and $150 here. And then they charge us for the money that they sent to each of the venues. So, and to the people that are here, and then there's some administrative costs down there. And so that's what, we pay for the elections, the town does. Even though it might not be a town person on the election, it might be a county person, or federal or state. That's the way it is. But anyway, respectfully submitted, Pat Linger, that part of that I added, it's not Pat's word. All right, that's it. Don't ask me questions, it's Pat's report, not mine. By the way, I will ask Pat, if he's watching, if you can provide $2 million to the town of Carroll for a senior center, and $800,000 for 7 new Green County transportation buses that, I don't even know if it comes to the town of Baltimore anymore. I haven't seen it forever. Can we get $64,000 for a water district? How's that for a question?
There you go. I think I did see something on the news yesterday that they are delaying the regulations for the Advanced Clean Trucks Act for 5 years because nobody is able to comply with them right now.
Okay, town clerk, please talk. Take your time.
8 building permits, $730. 1 building permit, septic system new, 50. 2 seal searches, 100. 1 easy pass tag, 25. 13 hunting, fishing licenses, 68.85. 21 dog licenses, 144. 3 late licenses, 15. 2 marriage licenses, 35. 1 demolition, 75. 1 park rental, 25. And return check fee, 20. 1 renovation permit, 175. 1 solar residential, 100. 25 certified copies, 250. 19 photocopies, 475. Total state, county, and local revenues, $2,988.75. 27 to New York State Department of Ag and Markets for the Spay Neuter Program. 45 to New York State Department of Health for marriages. 1,074.15 to the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation for hunting, fishing licenses. Total to supervisor, $1,146.15. We received 3 foils in September, bringing the total for the year to 24 as of September 30th. We are collecting water 2 and 3 bills with the following interest rates: 22% for third quarter 2023, 16% for fourth quarter, 10% for first quarter 2024, and 4% second quarter 2024. Sewer 1 payments are collected with 18% penalty for first quarter and 4% for second quarter. Payments can be made until October 31st. After that date, they will be turned over to Greene County for re-levy onto 2025 property taxes. I attended a Columbia Green Town Clerks Association meeting in Stuyvesant on September 20th with Lori Mithen-Damasi from the Association of Towns. The townwide yard sale was held on September 21st with 36 sales on the map. An ad was placed in the Times Union. The event was on the National Bank of Coxsackie outside sign. Copies of the map are on Town Hall steps, the town park, New Baltimore Reformed Church, and other sales throughout the town. It was also on Facebook, I believe, and the website. Special appreciation to Lynn Taylor for her assistance, as well as Highway Department for updating the date on the signs and putting them up and taking them down.
Thank you, Barb. I'm gonna just add something to your words. If you look at the percentage charges for the sewer and the water, even though there are these fines and penalties, there are a host of people, both districts, sewer district particularly, the dollar figures are high, who never pay their sewer bill. Ever. Or haven't, ever. To our recollections or knowledge. What happens at the end of the year, those charges and the penalties and the interest are put upon their tax bill, from which they have even great. I mean, I would encourage people to pay their bill on time. Otherwise, it costs them a lot more. And I just thought I'd say that, especially if anyone's going to listen to us on the YouTube channel. Pay the bill. It's important, and it's cheaper. That's move on. Okay, so we have to take care of a few things such as the September 23rd, 2024 meeting, work meeting minutes. They've all been submitted to everybody. I'm going to make a motion to approve. Motion made, motion seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Right?
Opposed? Motion carried. Similarly with the September 30, 2024 Town Board Special Meeting. I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Um,
Opposed? Motion carried. Last but not least, September 16, 2024 Town Board Regular Meeting Minutes.
October.
Yeah, it should be word.
Did I say September? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
October 16.
It should be, okay. Okay, sorry.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. So we'll move on down to Animal Control, Chairman Janet Cash. Chairwoman. Janet Cash.
Yeah, I have a brief report for the Animal Control Committee. The October 5th mobile spay and neuter clinic for cats at the town hall was very successful. We got a lot of cats, both domestic and feral, fixed and vaccinated at affordable prices. One woman told me that she actually was asked to pay $700 for what she got here for $95, which I think was a bit excessive, but we also got a few dogs licensed and updated on rabies. I want to send thanks to my fellow board members for supporting this effort and to Deputy Clerk Amanda Eldred for coming out on a weekend to handle dog licensing. And also special thanks to Barb Fink, who gave me the Wi-Fi.
Oh, I was also with Amanda.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't see
I was
you.
here that day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for you
I
coming
was
out
here
too.
that day.
But we had a problem with the credit card thingamajigger, and Barb was nice enough to send us the Wi-Fi so that they could get all of that working. And we ended up getting a front page story in the Ravenna News Herald talking about our efforts here, so that was very gratifying. I and Dog Control Officer Sherry Vieta attended a day-long DCO training session this past Saturday, sponsored by the Greene County Sheriff's Office, with speakers from Mohawk Hudson Humane Society, including their top animal law cruelty investigator. It was very valuable learning more about animal law enforcement, especially in terms of DCO responsibilities, the role of state agriculture and markets investigators, court intervention, and the various statutes governing animal cruelty, dangerous dog complaints, and other important topics. And I thank the organizers for providing this opportunity. And that's it for me.
Thank you.
Well, I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
What is going on with our red tag house with all the cats? What is the status of that? Where are we going?
Without giving away personal privacy information, my understanding is that the veteran who has lived there obviously cannot be there anymore since
Right.
the entire building and his property have been red tagged. I think he is spending some time there, but not living there, obviously, in his car so that he can take care of the remaining cats that are there so that they're getting their water and their food.
I mean, winter's right around the corner, so what's gonna happen to these?
Well, they actually do have shelter inside of the building. I mean, they can go in, but he can't. And there's just a lot going on behind the scenes with that because the owner is getting help from a veterans program for that. My understanding is he's working towards getting the building up to code, which is gonna be a lot.
Right, I'm not so worried about the building side,
Yeah.
because we had somebody here the last meeting
Yeah,
regarding the
Mr.
cats.
Hamilton, yeah,
Right.
and I've spoken to him since then.
Since you've been home, okay.
Right, and I can't give much more of an update.
I think the worries are about what the cat's well-being if he's not there.
Well, he is actually taking care of the cats. He's spending time going there to make sure that they are fed, that they're watered, because he will not speak to me any longer to give me personal updates. after he got red tagged because he doesn't trust me anymore. I can't give any specifics as to what is actually happening there, but I do know that he cares very much for the animals and he would never abandon them. So they are getting care.
So I'm not intentional, no, I know it's suggested.
No, we're just trying to get it.
Oh, I know. This has been the most complicated and heartbreaking situation since the very beginning. And hopefully there's a path forward. And, you know, the animals are being taken care of to the best of my knowledge. I have been told that he's gotten more of them vaccinated. But since he does not speak to me personally anymore, you know, I can't give you an actual update on
It's
exactly
all
what's happening.
speculative and secondhand at best, yeah. Okay, let's, thank you for that. Let's move
Yeah.
on to, audit and budget. Okay, we have, a particular duty that's required, and it's resolution number 141 of 2024, and resolution to establish 2025 preliminary budget. Resolved that the town board of the town of Baltimore hereby establishes the 2025 preliminary budget from the 2025 tentative budget. So I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Under discussion, I want to make particular thanks to Deputy Supervisor Mr. Nick Del Santi for enormous help on putting the budget together. There's, I think, over 20 pages with, I don't even know how many line items on every single page. And we went over every single one of them. There is one void that's in this, what will be in the preliminary, that you will see in the final, because on Friday, the fire department Medway, I was in receipt of Medway, Graco's fire department's 2025 budget. Those figures are not in what you see before you, but they will be before the final. In case you have any, what's missing, if you see, hey, what's missing? That's why, actually, Deb already asked that question. So, in any event, that's the only known update that we will have. Again, sometimes I'll get things from county, state, federal, whatever, that will make a change in the cost or the budget up until the final, until the day before the final. That happens every year. So that's what we have, and so if I may move on,
Can we mention something for assessment? It's the past assessment, and I just wanted to mention quickly.
okay, well, let me finish this, because I've already made this, I've already made the motion in a second, so
Oh,
let's
I'm
finish
sorry.
it and we can go back. Okay, so, motion made and seconded, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Okay, under assessment, Councilwoman Sotolano has a report to make.
Yeah, just a quick one. We were able to hire, woman Allison Dooley. She's, very experienced, has worked with the state, has taught about assessment. She's, going to be working, she's a temporary and part-time person to assist the assessor with looking at open, where building permits have not been, received their CO or their CC. And so to see if there is any assessment value that can be gained, she's gonna be going and, looking into some of these properties. So she'll be only working about 6 weeks, 8 weeks at most, and,
Will she be doing investigating?
she's gonna be on the
Yes.
road most of the time.
They call that data collection.
I know they
Data
call it.
collection.
I just want to know.
Yes, mostly the time.
I told her where you live.
And I'll show her where you live. How's that?
It's okay, it's on the way,
That's it, thanks, John.
no problem. Building grounds and recycling, Chairwoman Downs.
Thanks. Report for October. Dates 9/25 through 10/28. 60-gallon bags of plastic, 12. Bundles of magazine and phone books, 21. Bags and bundles of newspaper, 39. Boxes and bundles of cardboard, 143. 1 dishwasher and 1 refrigerator large. Kurt Trombley, City.
Fire,
I knew it. Looking at the
I think I'm just about to go on here.
Oh, yeah, will you?
Change one.
I
We'll
just like,
now call upon Nick Del Sante, the Vice President of the Green County EMS.
just before I give you my report, I'd just like to make one comment about the budget. This is the 10th year in a row that the town of New Baltimore has lowered taxes. And there are over 940 towns in the state of New York, and there's no other town that can come up to that level. So I want to compliment the town board for approving this budget. It's another one, 10 years in a row. That's a very long time in government. Okay,
If I
Green
can
County,
actually feedback on that, you and I have actually found lots of ways to get monies in that aren't part of taxes, which is how we are doing that. You know, I'll use the interest rates as a more recent event. We went from earning less than $5,000 to making over $50,000 on interest.
and that saves our behinds, as they say.
I didn't say that.
I did. Green County EMS met on Tuesday, October 15th. There were 80 EMS calls in September for a total of 174 for this year. There were a total of 69 strokes for all of Green County year to date. And last year we had 171 calls in 2023, so we're already over 2023's number. Even though September was down to 8, we've been in the high 20s the last few months, so I'm hoping that our numbers are going to continue to be low. But we definitely are going to get pretty close to 200 calls for this year. Green County EMS last year had over 4,000 calls, and we're closing in on that number already.
Why?
We're getting an, if you look at me, we're getting an aged population, and people are getting sick more frequently.
Nick, when there's a problem over at the hot shops, say a stroke or something like that,
We get charged for that. New Baltimore gets charged for that.
that's what I
It's in New
thought, yeah.
Baltimore.
I just wanted to find,
And there are a few every month.
right,
Every month. Good question, Ellen.
thanks.
Okay.
Excuse me,
I'm sorry, I'm just in one of those moods.
I can tell.
Okay, grants, promotion, not really, that was kind of what I was
Yeah, we
thinking
don't
of.
discuss the grant that we.
Yeah, that's much of what I was kind of describing, trying to get grants for those projects. Highway, we have a highway report, do we not?
Yes, we do.
I guess I'll read that one too.
Well, you got a
Highway-
resolution, you want me to read this?
Yeah, go ahead, do that.
Okay. Finish grader patching on Paradise Hill. Grader patch Hasses Hill Road with blacktop. Marked Mill Street for culvert replacement, ordered and received 300 tons of salt. Placed alternator on Champion grader with used one we had. Cut tree limbs sticking out on Roberts Hill. Finished rear brake replacement on 13 International truck number 7. Painted wheels and put back together. Installed hidden driveway sign on Reservoir Road. Cut brush and weeds around road signs. Replaced stolen 35-mile-an-hour sign on Sawmill. Grader patched on Dugway Lane with blacktop. Met with town residents on Old Kings Road regarding water issue. Replaced 15-foot by 50-foot culvert on Mill Street. Graded School Hill Road on 51 side. Picked up mattress dumped on Sheller Park Road. Took load of scrap tires with recycle to Catskill Transfer Station. Had glass dumpster emptied at Recycle Center. And installed hidden driveway sign on Dean's Mill, West Dean's Mill. Service 11 International Truck Number 13, mowed parks and town hall as needed, replace starter on 11 F-350 truck number 11, service John Deere loader, service 1093 and 1997 International plow trucks, cut limbs on High Rock Road, hitting fire trucks. Paved 850 feet of School Hill Road. Thank you to the town of Bethlehem for the use of their paver and three-person crew, and towns of Coxsackie and Athens and Queens for trucks to haul blacktop using Bethlehem's paver saved $5,000. Mowed behind guardrails on Carhart Road with boom mower, cleaned up broken glass on Roberts Hill Road from car accident. Called Denoyer Chevrolet about new truck. We should receive it midweek. This week will need a check.
Check was sent.
Thank you. Put up driveway markers on Dugway Lane where plow truck turns around. Blacktop culvert crossing on Mill Road, greater patch on Main Street with Church Street South with blacktop paved by County Highway. Looked at dead trees to cut down on Hillcrest Road. We'll have to wait for bucket truck availability, vacuum leaves from ditches and drains in Hamlet and a few other roads. Marked culverts to be changed on West Danes Mill Road before next year's paving. Cut 2 large dead trees on Medway Earlton and Mirror Lake Road with help from Town of Athens bucket truck. Wednesday, October 9th, highway crew attended mandatory annual safety training. This year's training was provided by Greene County Superintendent's Highway Association at no cost to the town, and the topic was work zone safety.
Question?
Oh, hold on a minute, there was a couple problems with this. One, I think, I know you read it the way it reads, I wish Alan was here, but on the first page at the bottom, towards the bottom, service 1093, I believe that would be 1993. Our trucks are old, but not that old. Okay, that's one. Two, the greater patch on Main Street from Church Street South with blacktop paved by County Highway. I'm curious as to why the county didn't do that themselves. Maybe I'll have to ask Mr. Linger, because that's a county road. And, I just don't think that that's unless they ask for help, I suppose, I don't have a problem with that. But they're the ones that bought like 12 new, there's Mr. Linger. Did you guys ask for help on blacktopping Main Street?
Nothing like getting shot as soon as you got there.
Okay, I'll have to ask Mr. Van Marlin. Or who's the county highway guy?
Scott Templeton.
Oh, yes, that's right. Because apparently we blacktopped it. But you guys paid for the blacktop, but we did the work. Does that make sense? I mean, you guys
Not
need
really,
help.
because we don't do any blacktopping ourselves, if we patch it, we're not, we contract it. We don't have the blacktop machine, they blacktop.
I'll have to figure that out. All right, I'm sorry, was there someone else that had something? Oh, yes, Ellie, you had something to say.
I would like to know how we, take care of town of Bethlehem when they give us help. Do we pay them? Do we,
No,
We don't pay.
there's
we
no
provide
exchange?
reciprocal services.
Okay. It seems like we've got a lot of reciprocal
Mhm.
in here with Athens, with Coxsackie,
Yeah,
with
but we went
Bethlehem.
down to Athens and Coxsackie.
Yeah, we don't usually get the.
I don't know how the Bethlehem part.
Right.
I don't remember Bethlehem much. We do indicate when Bethlehem helps us, but it's not typically in the report when we go to help other towns. It's not as commonly.
Well, the only reason I ask that is because the people that are working from Bethlehem or Athens, where have you, are getting credit on their, work for, the state when they work they get credits on their, time for,
It doesn't exchange anything. So it's not like they're getting time from us and time from Athens. They just go on their Athens time or their Bethlehem time.
okay.
So when our guys go there, they don't get extra time for working in Bethlehem or Athens. It's just our time.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on. Insurance.
Yeah.
Resolution to approve Medicare Advantage and Vision Insurance Plans for 2025. Resolution 142. Whereas the Medicare Advantage plan for retirees age 65 and above will be MVP USA Care with Part D PPO at a cost of $332.46 per person per month, starting January 1, 2024 for an
2025.
25, thank you. For an estimated monthly cost of $2,992.41 based on current usage. And whereas the Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Vision Plan is renewed as of December 1, 2024 for an estimated monthly cost of $114.58 based on current usage. Therefore be it resolved, the town supervisor is hereby authorized to sign the agreements for each of the above insurance plans. The Medicare Advantage is for those who are over age 65, who are former town employees. And the vision plan is for any of those folks, be it current employees, at least part-time or above, as well as retirees. So that's who that's for. We were running with the CDPHP for a good number of years. They raised the rates to $436 and some odd cents, raised by $110 per person per month. And so we asked the brokers to shop it around. And MVP did not raise their rates. And the cost of MVP is similar to the cost of what we have been paying with CDPHP. I think it's $6 more a month. $6 more. And the coverage is similar. That's what I asked you to do.
I'll inform the board, I don't know if you've heard complaints from the people here in town. I've gotten phone calls, CDPHP has dropped
Yeah.
some of your seniors and given them until December 31st to find new insurance.
Well, that's in part a conversation I had with our broker, that the MVP has raised the rates so much with the anticipation people will drop out.
Well, like I said,
That's what they're hoping for. I mean, it went up by 25%.
They didn't say that they were offered even by raising the price. They were told they must change insurance company.
Well,
So
CDPHP
you might
is,
hear more.
just to let you know from my knowledge of healthcare services, CDPHP is, they're trying to hold it together. That's the best way. I'm not gonna say negative. So anyway, I made the motion.
There's no motion made.
I'll make the
Oh,
motion.
you'll make the motion. Okay. Thought you said
Motion
you
made
made
and
it.
seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carried. Oh, by the way, we have not yet received our dental. We usually have it by now, but we don't have our dental, so that'll be a resolution coming soon. That plan begins on January 1, so we have time. But we'd like to get it done. Only because people need to know. Okay. Don't have anything for planning.
Well, the seniors were in the process of sending the Christmas card.
Oh, okay, well, seniors, go ahead.
That was it.
Do you have a date?
Not yet, because we have to close up on us.
Okay,
We have to get a,
quotes.
I'm not sure that every restaurant can do the same date, so we'll have to see.
Right. Okay, town courts, that would be chairwoman, yeah.
C'est moi. Okay, City Baltimore Town Board from Honorable James W. Huff and Honorable Anthony C. Consul. Monthly Town Report dated October 28, 2024. The following is the Town of New Baltimore Court Monthly Report for September 2024. Total September monies received was $14,450. Of that, Honorable James W. Huff, $9,116. Honorable Anthony C. Consul, $5,334. Total 2024 monies received January through September is $130,714.50, and total new cases received were 153.
Thank you. Barb, didn't you have
Yes,
the
I just received the breakdown today.
Okay.
The total for Justice Huff was $72,110.50. Judge Consul was $58,604. The total, as you mentioned, was $130,714.50. The state share, $66,338. The county share, $2,130. The town share, $62,246.50.
Where do you get those figures from?
Comes in from the state controller's office.
Don't they have access to them?
It depends on when they get the bills or they get the reports. It's all different.
I just thought it'd be good if it was all on one thing.
Sometimes we had them and sometimes we didn't.
Yeah, it's been inconsistent. You're right. Okay, zoning, Board of Appeals. I think that would be Chairwoman Sadalano.
Monthly report, October 28th, 2024. The zoning board of appeals did not meet on October 2nd, 2024, since there was no applications to come before the board. William Volker, Chair. Jeff, can I mention something about wastewater treatment? So we were able to hire a part-time wastewater treatment plant operator, and he should be beginning work this week. And also at the wastewater treatment plant, there's some overgrowth of brush and trees on the right around the power pole. And so the property between the driveway and Route 144 is the town's. So we're seeking some bids for the clean out of that brush, to clear off that, because it did cause a power outage at one point.
Thank you.
Can the highway department look at that?
Thank you.
I had spoken to them and Lou, to Becky, and there was a concern because they were actually operating right around the pole, and the highway department doesn't have a bucket truck.
Yeah, but we borrow a bucket truck all the time. Right?
I think that was
That's true.
that was the main concern, was that operating around the power line.
Power lines, yeah.
There was,
Right.
I guess.
Maybe it's, operating around the power lines, I prefer to have a professional tree person, maybe. Just, we don't need, I don't want to see something go wrong.
No, I don't wanna say something, but I'm sure we do this all the time.
Yeah, trees are around power lines. So
Yeah,
there
that's
you
what
go.
I mean. I mean, if we don't even go to Alan, we should at least go to Alan and see what he said.
I did actually send, when I first was told about it, by Lou, I did speak to Alan, and he actually recommended some other.
Oh, he said he couldn't do it.
Okay.
How tall are these trees?
The vines go right up the pole.
Like the person like me.
Bittersweet.
Yeah.
The
It's
dreaded
gotta be cleared all
bittersweet.
the way up to
Okay.
144.
I thought it was just at the base of it.
No,
Sometimes with the power lines like that, they have to use a man that's better than a bucket truck because it's usually for the small places.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room there. Okay, let's move on. We have some upcoming meetings. November 5, town offices are closed. That'll be election day. November 6, ZBA, meeting at 7. November 11th, town offices closed for Veterans Day. November 13, we have town board regular meeting at 7 o'clock. That's a Wednesday. Okay. November 14, public information on a meeting on Route 144 Complete Streets Project at Cornell Hook and Ladder Fire Company on Gill Road at 6 p.m. Okay, that'll be from MJ, and it's based on all that stuff that's on the board on the wall back there. November 14, planning board meeting at 7 p.m. Oh, I have too much stuff. Oh, yes. November 25, 2024, town board work meeting at 7 p.m. Okay, next thing I'll have resolution 143, resolution authorized supervisor to pay audit claims, whereas the town clerk has presented claims to the town board for audit and review, and whereas the town board has audited claims 2024 B-10-01 to 2024 B-10-22. It is resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized to pay claims 2024 10B, 2024 B-10-1 to 2024 B-10-22. And be it further resolved that the town clerk will prepare an abstract and hold the public review until November 30th, 2024. Make a motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
General, $25,049.31. Highway, $106,285.03. Sewer two, $182.65. Total, $131,516.99.
Okay, I think our work for the night is done. I'll entertain one last motion.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I have a motion made and a motion seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Meeting's adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
And everything clicked off at that precise moment.
Everything that one went off at the exact right time.
I know.